Okay, great. Oh, we have a first question. Great.
So a two-part question, really. One for you, in terms of you doing these transparency measures, how has that impacted your business? Are you getting more business because of that? Are you able to link the efforts you're making here with better business outcomes?
Yes.
And also for Jin and Simon, what tangible results have you seen because of better welfare measures? Is the turnover low? Are you able to get better people to come and work for you in the factories, etc.? I assume it's expensive. It's the money that you would have made as profits, the money you didn't spend on all these measures. So how is that paying back in a tangible way for you?
Okay. So I'll answer your first question. How have these transparency measures translated into new business? So I will say that we have seen increased interest from the commercial design community. In fact, just this past week, we were the only resilient flooring company that was invited to a major trade show that was taking place all over the United States. So we had representatives in Dallas, Phoenix, Chicago, all these various locations, and it was really an honor, and it was because of these transparency measures. So there is a direct result, and we do expect our business to pick up because of what we stand for, what we're doing, how we're being so transparent. So yeah, in terms of the payback to the factory and sales that way, I will leave that up to maybe Jin. Have you seen? Do you believe that this sort of positive response will build on itself and create more business?
Transparency is, I think it's all about the trust, because we have already been do business with Metroflor about 18 years. So we both developed from a very small company and to grow up a big company. So we benefit both of us. So we really believe in this transparency is help our business a lot.
The employees, what is the average time that the retention, I guess is what we would call it, right?
The turnover actually is, because we are doing NSF 332 certification again. So I remember the number is the turnover rate is around 5%.
Turnover less than 5%?
Yes. And actually a lot of the workers have been working for Elegant for more than 10 years or 15 years.
15 years, yes.
And then there are generations of
their sons, daughters, or
the whole family.
Friends, whole family.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a long-term relationship, just like Elegant with Metroflor.
Yes. Okay, let's see, we have, okay, go ahead and then we'll get.
Hi, thank you so much. One of the questions I had, I found myself wondering sort of two questions. One was the products that you're making, how much are being sold into the Chinese market, given the concerns you mentioned about the VOCs and such in new housing? Or is it mostly being sold into the U.S. and European government?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But you know what, that's a really good point, because I would like us to sell more products in China. I think that this is a growing market, and we will try to focus on that in the future and look at that and cultivate more business relationships. But that's a great question, and I've asked that same question myself.
Yeah. And I also believe in the next few years we could see a very rapid growth of vinyl flooring in Chinese market. Actually, in the past, why there's a few vinyl flooring sold in Chinese market is not because of product safety issues or this kind of issue. I think it's the performance issue. Because in China the condition is different. We don't have like a lot of places have 24 hours AC year long. So we normally, when there's people, we turn on AC. No people left, and then the AC will turn off. And even a lot of places don't have AC. This is this will, the product will shrink or expansion, so we'll have performance issues sometimes. And another thing is a lot of Chinese homes or apartments, the subfloor conditions also not so perfect as European.
Different requirements
Yes.
for your product specs.
Yes. And with the introduce of this rigid core vinyl flooring, I think a lot of these product issues will be solved. So we should be see more and more this kind of products sold in the Chinese market. Yeah.
My second part of my question was you had mentioned, I think both of you had mentioned reformulations on looking at moving towards greater sustainable inputs, so stuff that's more plant-based or less toxic, over and beyond just meeting the REACH regulations.
Yes.
Is that something that you're here to look for in the U.S.? Is that one of your goals, or I'm just wondering one of the...
We're looking all over the world for more sustainable products. And
Yes. For example, even for PVC resin, we are looking for American suppliers. So we want to sign this kind of long-term purchasing agreement with them because we know their PVC resin is produced the most green way. And also we're looking for carbon ink, carbon black. So this is a pigment we'll also start to look for with, I think it's a...
recycling old tires.
Recycling from tires.
Yes,
It's a Dutch company, right?
Yeah, it's a Dutch company in Netherlands.
We're in the early stage to engage with them to do some product testing, and then yes.
And
yes.
also, European partners, we're looking at many, I guess, dramatic product reformulations. And, there's a lot going on right now, and the future looks very bright for our company in terms of the R&D work that we're doing and future products. And sir, you had a question, so yeah.
I have questions in 3 areas. I don't know if you have time for all of them.
Okay.
First one's around employees. The next question is around quality control, and the third one would be about the Belt and Road Initiative. But about employees, when the families come during Mid-Autumn Festival, how long are they allowed to stay? Do the employees continue to work while the families are there? Do they get time off? And do they get mooncakes?
Yeah, usually they stay like 3 to 4 days, and employees are allowed to stay with their family, like do a city tour and visiting the factory, and also visit where their apartments to see, let their family or friends to see what is their living condition or working condition.
How far do they usually come? And second question, about employees, how do your wages compare to the living wage or the average wage in China?
Wages? Okay, wages. For employees' wages, we have no limit. We don't set limit for the employees' wages. It's depending their percentage of quality and also the volumes they can produce.
He's talking about the higher limit. There's no
Yeah.
ceiling. But for the minimum wages, at least I think the average wage at the factory is about double or triple the minimum wage stated by the local government.
In China.
No, in that city.
Oh, I see. Oh, in
Yes.
that city, I see.
So every city, they will have their own minimum wage standard. Yes.
On average, how far do people come when they stay with their families? Are they coming 1 hour on the train, or
Oh no,
as
that's
far away as Chengdu?
far,
Yeah.
far away. There are, some of them come to our city by train. Some of them just take airplane. It's
maybe
far away.
average will be 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, at least.
You talked, moving to quality, you talked about your internal testing a little bit. Do you have third-party testing at your third-party facilities to make sure that they're not fudging on what they say they're giving
Yes.
Yes, like I mentioned, when we introduce a new product, it will be tested internally and also externally. Actually, for flooring, there's a lot of certificates you need to receive or to get before you sell the product. Like in European markets, like the CE certificate. In US, we will have to have floor score certificate,
score, yeah.
green card, and also some other kind of performance testing certificate. Yes.
Yeah, there's sustainability testing and quality testing. Yeah, and we use third party as well as in-house tests.
And then for regularly, we will review most of the certificates or testings for regular products, and maybe twice, every 2 years. Every 2 years.
Do you have processes that confirm that what your suppliers are telling you is accurate information, that they're not cutting corners, or do you do that only in-house, or do you do anything on site at their facility, or is there a way to audit or verify the information they're giving you?
Yeah, usually our QC staff visits our main raw material supply like 2 or 3 times a year to do an inspection to like check if they is doing a follow-up our requirements.
And then thank you for entertaining all my questions. The last one, has the Belt and Road Initiative put forth by President Xi impacted you? Have you seen, or do you project that anything will come from that for your businesses specifically?
I think because we don't have many domestic sales, so it will not affect our business that much. But anyway, I think for factories, they can feel their cooperation or their relationship with local government or this kind of issues will be much easier than before.
Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Yeah.